Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to go over not so much sending the weed stems across the zip lines, which has been covered by a couple other YouTubers, the Mike Lowry Show for one, and Calamex Game for another. And I'll put a link to both of their YouTube channels in the description below. Those are really good guys. They are really chill, really fun to watch. But this is going to be more about if you want to build a catch system that you maybe don't want to keep when you're done. Like for me, that's how I do it. I don't keep my catch systems. I don't like the way they look on my bases. But I'm going to show you kind of a cheap, easy way, small building to do it. So first, I'll take these 8. And you're going to stand underneath the zip line, look up, see where it says zip, and you're just going to hit the drop button. And I have mine spaced out a bit because I don't want them to do that, where they get all screwy. I'd rather them go nice and clean across. So those are going to go into the catch system building that's already across right there. As you can see, it's already built. Now the one on the right over here doesn't have a catch system. So now we're just going to, send these across. Like I said, this is not so much about sending the weed stems across the zip lines, which literally you look up where it says for PC players E and zip. You just press the drop button instead. So I'm going to just send these again. I sent, this will be 15 going into that little shed I have over there. And the other side, the one that has no shed, is 8. Now, if I'd have waited just a little bit longer, that wouldn't be rolling because they actually go faster across the zipline than you did. That's my zipline tower there. I will put a link in the description below for zipline tower designs. But you see, there's a bunch of weed stems all caught in this little bitty building. Really cheap to make. You can make it even cheaper, which when I build the one over there, I'll show you what I mean by that. So there's the 8. Like I said, there was 15. I do have one little small door right here. You can make it as well. Don't want that. You can make the doors. You can add more if you want. And this building is little bitty. It's 4 across the front and 3 front to back. So it's very small. Trying to keep it to where it's not too expensive. But there's all 15 weed stems. Nice, neatly collected. And I started a new base yesterday, sorry. And on the top of the light behind the oak tree over there, I put the little shed like that. When I was done, I tore it down because I didn't want to leave it up there. It was in the way. So now you see this one. There are no weed stems anywhere nearby. They're all way back here. Now, in this particular instance, I probably can find all 8 of them because they all went, in a straight line going back. But if you build in random places like the top of the pagoda, where I put a Christmas tree up there, I'll put a link for that in that build video in the description. You don't want them to just go wherever they want because they'll end up in the pond. So, for a small little shed type deal, you got, say this is the top of your base and it goes out however far or wherever out on your base. I'm looking at the floor and I'm counting the 2 pieces it's sitting on plus 1 extra piece to each side, just to give the weed stems more than enough room to get in. So I'm going to get my walls, just regular grass walls. They're cheap. I don't really care if I want to tear them down. No big deal to me. And I'm going to go all the way to the back like this. And like I said, you can go to whatever size you want. You can go to right here. Actually, that's what we'll do. We're not going to go all the way to the back. We're going to keep it the exact same size as that one over there. So it's 4 across. And then 3 forward. Now the front row, instead of having it at the full height, you want to look down and make the wall move halfway down. Now I didn't put a door in, so I'm going to have to, delete something. So I would recommend maybe not putting the door in the back, because if you forget to close the door and it's back here, there's a chance your stuff might go flying out. I would definitely make sure that when you're done with this, close the door. Now you can do the roof system like that, which requires some weed stems. I mean, you have to bring weed stems for the door and for this anyway. But if weed stems are an issue and you don't want to make more than 1 trip, you don't have to build the little roof that I have over here. We're gonna go back to that just for a second. Which is literally a 2 squared corner roof pieces, obviously in the back corners. Then in between those, you see the regular roof pieces, the regular slanted roof pieces, and then some floor up there to make a ceiling. That way, because sometimes the zip line, the stuff on the zip line will hit the top of the anchor and bounce up. And so you want to have something to the top of it so it doesn't bounce off. And I've tested this little setup like this, and everything I've sent across has been in the building waiting for me to pick it up. I've not lost a single weed stem since using a setup like that. All right. So now you can either do, like I said, I would do the squared roof corner just to make sure it fully closes in right here. Or if you don't want to worry about bringing over weed stems, there's another way to do it. But first I'm just going to throw this up real quick. So like I said, it was 2 squared roof pieces. And then you just go in and fill in the rest, and you go all the way to the front. Just like that, on the front edge, not across the front. You want the front, wherever the line's coming in, to be open. And then, of course, like I said, you want to do some sort of roof system. So, just something like that. It's a simple little building. Everything is collected nice and neat inside the building. There's no need to worry about your stuff going elsewhere. And you want the walls halfway down because, and you send stuff across, it may bounce off the back wall and go forward. Also, a key note, have it back, don't put it at the very edge of your base. So, like, I'll go ahead and delete this. If this is the front edge of your base and there's a massive drop off right here and you come across that zip line, well, you're gonna hit this wall and fall off. And so I would make sure to plan to have it back away from the edge of wherever it's at, whether it's, for me, it was on the pagoda or on top of it, that light right there. Make sure you have a spot so if you hit this when you zip line across, that you can land safely. So you got to plan that out a little bit, just kind of work on that. Also, if you don't want to do weed stems, like if you just want to bring one trip of 7 weed stems, 6 for this anchor, 1 for the door. So we're going to go through, and I'm going to take the roof off and just put a much cheaper roof that still will work. Like I said, if you're just trying to build this as a temporary structure to collect your stuff as you send it across, okay, just do walls, literally just grass walls. And then, of course, like I said, always put a roof because you never know when they might bounce up. And then we're going to go back across the pond, and I am going to cut down some more weed stems. I'll pause while I go do that. And then I'll send some more across to test it, make sure that both buildings catch everything. So this isn't the best looking building, but if it's a temporary building, build it, send your stuff across, tear it down. But let me go ahead and pause. I'm going to get over there, get some more weed stems up on top of that tower, and we're going to send some more across and test it. Alright, so we're back. And I've got 16 weed stems on each pallet, and we're going to send them across, the left and the right, and just to check to make sure that all 16 are caught by both buildings. The one that looks better, and the one that looks temporary. And I mean, if that's what it is, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, when I build them, they're built to be temporary. Because I don't like the way they look on my bases, so I don't keep them. That's a personal preference though. But when I do build a base, I do use these catch systems like this, these little catch areas. Oops, I need 16. There. 8. So if you space out your drops and don't just hurry up and spam the drop button, they'll slide across nice and neat and clean. And you go kind of quick with it. They get going fast because this is about 15 stories up to going over there. Now I'm going to zip line across, and just to point out, you see I have the extra floor sticking in front of this building. So we're going to go check it to see if we have 16 inside of each building. Obviously, the one on the left looks prettier with the roof pieces. So if you're keeping it, I would recommend that one. If you're going to get rid of it, I would recommend this one. So now let's see if we have 16 in here. It would help if that would actually collect. There we go. Now I'm not going to go near the ones that are on the ground. So there's a stack of 8. And I have missed them in the past, or yesterday's stream, because they lean right here. But there's 16. So this crude looking, I would call it a temporary building. It'll catch them. just fine. It's very simple, very basic build. Literally a bunch of grass and 7 weed stems, 4 pieces of clay, and the 1 piece of rope to make this, plus the rope to connect. So if you're looking for an easy, quick build for a catch area, even if you're gonna keep it or not, that's a very small but very effective way to do it. Like I said, this is the one, if you're gonna keep it, I'd recommend this one. It looks better. So let's check, we have 16 in here, and I'm pretty sure we do, but I'm still gonna check it. So we'll put them right here in front again. So there's 1 stack of 8. And nope, I don't want that. And I thought I was missing one, but nope, there it is. So either way, the one that looks better or the one that, like I said, is a quick build, maybe you're not going to keep it, they both catch just fine. And I use this on my base that I'm building on the oak tree light, this very setup right here. And I would send 5 or 6 armloads of weed stems at a time. We'll fill up the building, slide over myself with weed stems on my shoulder, because why waste the trip, and then collect all the weed stems out of it and, get to work building. But so it's just a quick little, not so much about sending, like I said, not so much about sending the weed stems across the line, but a simple, fast, and cheap building to catch all your weed stems so they don't go flying off into wherever in the yard. But if you guys like that content, would like to see more like it, hit that like and subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. I do stream 5 days a week here on my YouTube channel, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, starting between 3:30 and 4 Mountain Time. So, like I said, stop by the stream, ask me any questions. We can go over different things. Drop a comment in the section below. I will make sure to reply to it. But until the next video, or if you stop by one of my streams, y'all have a good one.